Committee on Intergovernmental Affairs and the Committee on the Interior, Energy, and Environment will come to order. Without objection, the Chair is authorized to declare a recess at any time. Good morning. Today, the Committee on the Interior, Energy, and the Environment and the Subcommittee on Intergovernmental Affairs will examine permitting and environmental review process for infrastructure projects. This is the third permitting hearing this committee has held this Congress. Previously, we have heard from many witnesses about the ways in which convoluted requirements and lengthy application periods for federal environmental permits negatively affect infrastructure projects. Today, we will continue to explore this important topic and discuss how delaying infrastructure projects hurts the economy and communities in need of modern, improved infrastructure. Environmental protection statutes like the Clean Air Act, the Clean Water Act, and the National Environmental Protection Act were passed with noble intentions years ago, and no one disputes the need for a healthy environment. In recent years, however, federal agencies have taken it upon themselves to broaden their interpretations of these statutes and made too many rules and regulations that stretch the bounds of the authority that Congress has provided. As a result, permitting workloads and associated delays have increased. For example, the EPA lowered the national ambient air quality standards for ozone in 2015. Under the new lower standard, 209 counties in 22 states are designated as non-attainment areas, subjecting all projects in those counties that could produce emissions to more rigorous permitting requirements. Similarly, the Obama administration's EPA, along with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, finalized the Waters of the United States rule, which vastly expanded their jurisdiction to issue permits under the Clean Water Act. These federal power grabs have increased the number of project applicants, lengthened wait times, and caused the cost of projects to balloon. Under President Trump, the administration has prioritized infrastructure modernization and federal permitting reform. The President's management agenda and the one federal decision policy implemented by executive order direct federal agencies with permitting responsibilities to reduce permit application processing times by instituting a number of best practices. Some of our witnesses today will discuss how these proposals can move the ball forward to address well-known problems with the federal permitting and environmental review status quo. We'll also hear from the Government Accountability Office. GAO has done extensive research into federal agencies' management of their permitting responsibilities, and in the process has observed both common problems and best practices. One major issue GAO has identified across federal agencies is the lack of quality data on permitting milestones. Many agencies with permitting responsibilities are simply not tracking when applications are submitted or approved. While the administration's proposals are a step in the right direction, their success relies heavily upon the ability to hold agencies accountable. GAO's work suggests the data necessary to do so may not be readily available. To that end, my subcommittee has initiated conversations with GAO about creating a permitting scorecard that can be used as a tool to measure agencies' progress as they begin to implement these necessary reforms. The scorecard would determine a letter grade, A through F, for each agency based on their adoption of agreed-to permitting best practices. Last month, I sent a letter to GAO requesting a review of efforts to streamline the federal permitting process, including an assessment of key permitting-related indicators for monitoring agency progress. As we discuss permitting reforms and recommendations today, I hope the conversation will contribute to developing a scorecard that can be used now and in the future to promote best practices and incentivize agencies to improve their permitting processes. Today's hearing will provide an opportunity to discuss how we can ensure a future where federal permitting functions are more efficiently achieved and better serves the American people. I look forward to our hearing, our witnesses' recommendations. And I now recognize the ranking member of Interior